Hey, Tuesday in New York recap. Took a few trades, at least three. Again, initially I went in around 8:30 into the Tuesday AM session. I was bullish, definitely to play off. I knew we had London highs up here. Acted as an obvious draw. Price had been bullish on the higher time frame. And if there was going to be any kind of Judas swing or some sort of rejection, it would have happened around the New York session. That's when it's most likely to happen. So it went in essentially kind of looking for any long entries, especially around 9 a.m. That's when that macro comes in. So came into a 30-sec insisted here. We had this little good confirmation, kind of the manipulation happened down here. Strong push up, assisted, and essentially I took a long there. It wasn't too many points. It was like 8 points on Nasdaq, but still it kind of made sense. Price wanted to go higher. Sure, initially I was bullish for the session open, but I kind of did see the possibility that price would sell off if there's some sort of Judas swing that we did get. So essentially we had the Judas swing, take the high, and we had fair value gap on the hourly to rebalance to, so it kind of made sense for some sort of reprice at least into the equilibrium range. So first setup I took was a 15-second short here. Again, I did see the assisted on the 30-second as well here. You could have taken something there for at least the equilibrium, which was around 20 points under this. It was around 308, I believe, the equilibrium of that last range. There's still a setup there. Didn't feel comfortable taking the first setup for rejection, especially at market open. The first one I took was a 15-second here. I saw this inverse fair value gap form on the 15-second time frame. I was already bearish. We kind of had that retouch around that 3-0. Where we had that kind of retest, and you kind of had just a strong dump down. So I was kind of like, okay, this should be a good confirmation move downwards. We didn't do that initially. We did consolidate for just a bit longer. Before we did see that second movement down, and the 30-second kind of signaled that for me. Came back into kind of the, could say, let's have a look. Came back into the discount of the range for shorts in this case, in this kind of 312 area, and you form this little 30-second inverse fair value gap, which was a good, nice little entry short here. It worked if you draw, you kind of went back into discount, and you're already bearish here, kind of a model, take some sort of high, 5-minute fair value, assisted formed, and essentially I looked for London lows, which I believe was around 67, 68, it was around 69 I think, that I got filled out here, but still, have an entry around 98. I was looking for around 67 here, the 70 area. So a good 20 points, almost 25 points. And the stop was just this new high here, which would have been maybe 15 or so points. So you had a good 1-to-R ratio, but it kind of made sense. It worked with draw, and we just kept on seeing a movement lower. But yeah, those are 2 or 3 trades I took. Longs initially before market open. And essentially, once we had that confirmation of a market structure shift down, I looked for shorts.